Is it time to buy or sell Procter & Gamble stock? In this video, we're diving deep into Procter & Gamble. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 12th of September, 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and get free price predictions and deep analysis for anyone among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 9th of September 2025, our system has ranked Procter & Gamble as a sell candidate, assigning it a score of -2.59. Let's examine the stock's performance during this period. The stock witnessed a loss of -0.98%. This amounts to an average daily loss of -0.24% since it was designated as a sell candidate. The stock is currently positioned at the upper part of a horizontal trend, which typically indicates a potential selling opportunity. However, if it breaks above the upper trend line at $159.84, it may signal a strong buy opportunity, suggesting a possible shift in trend. Analyzing the current 3-month trend indicates a potential decline of 1.38% over this period, with expected returns ranging from a decrease of 6.70% to a slight drop of 0.17%. Looking at the longer-term perspective, our 12-month analysis reflects a projected decline of 9.28%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary between a decrease of 14.73% and a drop of 3.82% over the coming year. In practical terms, this would position the future price somewhere between $134.64 and $151.86. Our latest daily update for Procter & Gamble includes the headline, "Red Day on Friday for Procter & Gamble stock after losing 0.46%. The Procter & Gamble stock price fell by 0.46% on the last day, which was Friday, the 12th of September, 2025, dropping from $158.63 to $157.90. During the last trading day, the stock fluctuated 0.87%, with a low of $157.78 and a high of $159.15. The price has risen in 7 of the last 10 days and is up by 1.45% over the past 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day by 2 million shares, although this occurred alongside falling prices. This may serve as an early warning, indicating a slight increase in risk over the next couple of days. In total, 6 million shares were traded for approximately $940,470,000. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the stock was $180.43, while the lowest price was $149.92. Currently, the price is 12.49%, or $22.53, below the 52-week high of $180.43, which also represents the all-time high for the stock. Procter & Gamble is demonstrating steady resilience despite rising costs and changing consumer habits. This week, the company informed investors that it is taking strategic actions to maintain growth. Recently, shares experienced a slight pullback, reflecting broader market strength rather than any specific deterioration within the company. However, this short-term weakness could present buying opportunities for investors focused on income. Management's presentation at a significant consumer staples conference reinforced a commitment to forward-looking discipline and emphasized priorities such as cash flow and margins. This reassurance could help stabilize sentiment in the near term. Additionally, the company publicly urged shareholders to reject a small, unsolicited mini-tender offer, which helps remove a potential distraction and minimizes downside volatility. Continued inclusion in high-dividend exchange-traded funds and lists of safe dividend stocks should support steady demand from yield-seeking investors. In the short term, anticipate price fluctuations linked to market rotations and macroeconomic data, with investor reactions to conference commentary and quarterly results influencing direction. Over the long term, Procter & Gamble's scale, diversified brand portfolio, and reliable free cash flow underpin the durability of its dividends and suggest a slower, more predictable potential for total returns, while ongoing cost pressures and evolving shopper behavior remain the primary risks to its valuation. Analyst ratings. On Wednesday, the 30th of July, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned PG a buy grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 3rd of June, 2025, it was reported that Evercore ISI assigned PG an outperform grade with a hold action. On Friday, the 25th of April, 2025, it was reported that Piper Sandler assigned PG an underperform grade with a hold action. On the same day, it was reported that RBC Capital assigned PG a sector perform grade with a hold action. Also on that day, it was reported that Morgan Stanley assigned PG an overweight grade with a hold action. Analysts have assigned Procter & Gamble stock a general neutral rating. They consider the price-to-earnings ratio as a recommendation to sell, while the price-to-book ratio is viewed as a strong sell. When it comes to return on investment, the analysts rate the stock as a strong buy. The following signals have been identified for Procter & Gamble. The Procter & Gamble stock currently presents a sell signal from the short-term moving average. Conversely, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term, this creates an overall buy signal for the stock, indicating a positive outlook. Should the stock experience further gains, it is expected to encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $158.79. Conversely, in the event of a decline, the stock may find support from the long-term average around $156.04. A breakthrough above the short-term average would trigger a buy signal, while a drop below the long-term average would indicate a sell signal. Additionally, some negative signals have emerged that could impact short-term developments. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Friday, September 5, 2025, and the stock has since decreased by 1.32%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Furthermore, a sell signal is currently present from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, also known as MACD. Notably, trading volume increased while prices were falling yesterday, which may serve as an early warning. Thus, it would be prudent to monitor the stock more closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, sell signal. Pivots, sell signal 6 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 30 days ago. Short-term moving average, sell signal 4 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 19 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages indicated a buy signal 18 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal 20 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 7 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages showed a buy signal 112 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble finds support from accumulated volume at $157.89. This level may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction can be anticipated when this support is tested. Overall, the stock tends to exhibit very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the associated risk is considered quite low. Over the last day, the stock experienced a movement of $1.37 between its high and low, which represents a change of 0.87%. In the past week, the stock has shown a daily average volatility of 1.28%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for Procter & Gamble, let's quickly discuss some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, often referred to as the PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. This PE ratio is considered relatively standard, commonly observed among companies with established histories or predictable revenue streams. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 24th of October, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates stand at $1.91. Pay attention to these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Procter & Gamble. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Procter & Gamble is at $158.63. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, Procter & Gamble encounters its first support level at $157.89. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Procter & Gamble from multiple analyst sources is neutral. Now, let's take a look at some recent insider trades. On the 9th of September, 2025, Patricia A. Wards conducted an insider purchase of 189 shares of common stock. On the same day, Christopher J. Kempczynski conducted an insider purchase of 197 shares of common stock. Again, on the 9th of September, 2025, Craig Arnold made an insider purchase of 189 shares of common stock. On that day, Robert Jones Portman conducted an insider purchase of 48 shares of common stock. Lastly, on the 9th of September, 2025, Ashley McAvoy made an insider purchase of 189 shares of common stock. Based on the 100 most recent insider trades, we've determined that the insider power is positive, with a ratio of 43.179. Overall, insiders purchased 334,771 shares and sold 131,644 shares in the last 100 trades. We hold a negative evaluation for this stock, and there is no stop loss set at this time. Is Procter & Gamble stock a good buy? Procter & Gamble is currently showing several negative signals and is trending downward, leading us to believe it will continue to perform poorly in the upcoming days or weeks. Consequently, we maintain a negative assessment of this stock. Upon examining the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our analysis indicates that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Monday, the 15th of September, we anticipate that Procter & Gamble will open higher by 37.5 cents, starting at $158.28. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult a financial advisor before making any purchases or sales of securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for this stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and a wonderful day, with best regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.